The judiciary system that is followed in India is based on the British legal system that was prevalent in the country during pre-independence era. Very few amendments have been made in the judicial system of the country. In next, independent judiciary. So here we try to understand what is independent judiciary. The judiciary of India is an independent body. So Indian judiciary is an independent body. It is separate from legislative and executive body of the Indian government. That's why this is independent body. The judiciary is separate from legislative and executive bodies. The legislative and the executive, that is the central and state government, cannot interfere in the work of judiciary. The courts are not under the government and do not act on their behalf. That's why the Indian judiciary is independent. Judges in the High Court as well as Supreme Court are appointed with very little interference from the branches of the government. So, who appoint the judges of Supreme Court and High Court? President of India. It is also very difficult to remove a judge from his her post when a judge is appointed. So it is very difficult to remove from them their post. Okay, that's why we call Indian judiciary to independent judiciary. So what is the advantage of the independent judiciary? There are so many advantage of that. Okay, it is it the independence of the judiciary that allow the courts to play a central role in ensuring that there is no misuse of power by the legislature and the executive. So judiciary take care of this. Okay, it also plays a crucial role in protesting the fundamental right of a citizen. So also independent judiciary take care of that. They are protecting the fundamental right of citizen, because anyone can approach a court if they believe that their rights are violated. Politician cannot use their power to change any judgment. So it is also advantage of an independent judiciary. And the decision which made by judges are not influenced by any politician. So it is the advantage of independent judiciary, and it is necessary to a democratic country to make a independent judiciary. So structures of court in India, we see what is the structure of courts in India. Indian judiciary, the judicial system of India is stratified into various levels. We have so much levels of courts in India. At the apex is the Supreme Court, which is followed by High Court at the state levels. You know, the High Court is the state levels, and district courts at the district level, and Lok Adalat at the village and panchayat level. So our in India judiciary system, judiciary is divided into many levels. Okay, in next we try to understand what is the levels of court system. Okay, so in India we have, there are many levels here given, major four levels. Okay, in high level, in high level we have a Supreme Court, okay, which is in central level. Then under it, high courts, which is a state level. All states have their own high court, one high court. And district courts, court also, you know that every state divided into many districts. So every district have their own court. So we call it district court in district level. And after that come Lok Adalat, which is village and panchayat level. So here is a pyramid given us, which is shown the level of the courts in India. The Supreme Court of India. Supreme Court India is the highest judicial body in India, and is it It is situated in New Delhi. So the Supreme Court, the higher authority, and it is located in New Delhi. Come into power, which is come into power 28 January 1915, just 2 days after Constitution came into effect. So our Constitution of India is come into effect in 26th of January 1915, and after 2 days on 28 January in 1950, the Supreme Court of India come into effect, and the Chief Justice of India and 25 other judges make up the Supreme Court of India. The appointment are done directly by the President of India. So it is clear to all students who appointed the Supreme Court's all just President of India. And there is one Chief Justice of India and 25 other judges who make Supreme Court of India. The biggest responsibility is that it is the highest court of appeal, and it also the protester of the constitution in the country. So the biggest responsibility is the Supreme Court is to protest the constitution of our country. Okay, here is image given of Supreme Court of India. This is the image which is located in New Delhi. So high courts of India. There are high courts in almost all the states and union territory of India. The high courts work under the Supreme Court in the country, and these courts decide on both civil and criminal cases. We also read about the civil and criminal cases. So high court also take decision about both type of cases, criminal also and civil law also. Most of the cases that are handled by the high courts of the country are passed on from the district or lower court, which is passed by district or lower courts. So they take decision on them. The judges of the high court are appointed by the President of India, and the high court judges also appointed by the President of India. Consultation with the Chief Justice of India and the Governor of the state. So President of India take decision, this appointment decision with the help of Chief Justice of India and the Governor of that state. And the Calcutta High Court state in 1862 is the oldest court of India. So very important point is this, the oldest court of India is Calcutta High Court, which is established in 1862. Here is image given of Calcutta High Court. This is the Calcutta High Court. Next, district court in India. District courts in India take care of judicial matter at the district level. Okay, you also know our states, all states divided into many districts. So district court have right to manage all the matters. Okay, and take care of the judicial matter in district level. These courts are headed by a judge. These are administratively and judicially controlled by the high courts of their states. So these type of district courts are controlled by high courts of their states. There are many secondary courts which work under the district courts. Or there are so many courts which is under also district courts, which we call Lok Adalat. Okay, so Lok Adalat is come into under district courts. Lok Adalat are the courts which have been organized by High Court level services committee or district level services authority or taluk legal services committee for the purpose of amicable settling a dispute between two parties by way of compromise. In Indian judicial system is an integrated system. Yes, it is integrated system. The decision made by the high courts are binding on the lower courts. So the all decision which is given by higher authority, like Supreme Court give any decision, so all the lower court like Supreme Court, like High Court, district courts and the Lok Adalat binding with that decision, with their decision. Okay, so the judiciary system can also be called the appealated system. This means that a person can appeal to higher courts if they believe that the judgment made by the higher courts is not just. So, why we call appeal system to this judiciary system? Because if any person, individual person, if they believe and they feel the decision given by the court is not favorable, so he or she can go into higher authorities. Okay, different branches of legal system. So we have some branches of legal system. There are two branches of legal system. Okay, one is criminal laws, second is civil law. So here in this chapter we try to understand which is the criminal laws and what is the civil laws. Criminal laws. Criminal laws deal with cases like theft, harassing women for robbery and murder. The procedure of a criminal case starts with loading of the FIR followed by public investigation and filing the case in court. After the trial in court, the accused can be sent to jail, sentenced to be hanged or fined. So, in criminal code, such laws like thief, harassing a woman for dowry and murder, these type of case count in criminal laws. And first we filed at that case we filed FIR, which is full from first investigation report. Okay, after investigation, there is trial in court and court take decision, right decision, basis of the evidence and take decision. After that, the accused can be sent into jail and the sentenced to according to crime, hanged or fined. And civil law deal with case where harm or injury is caused to right of individuals, like dispute relating to case of land, purchase of goods, rent matters or divorce cases. So in civil laws, the cases are related with individual. Okay, individual, they all the cases related with individual, it's come into civil laws, like land problem, purchase of goods, rent matters and divorce cases come into civil laws. The procedure of civil cases starts with the filing of a petition in the relevant court by the affected party only. So first, any individual can file a petition their relevant courts. After that, in a case between a landlord and the tenant, the court can order to flat to be vacant and the pending rent to be paid. In the case of the landlord, the and tenant, the court can be ordered to flat to be vacated and the pending rent to be paid. All citizen of India has access to the courts in the country. Every citizen has the right to justice through the courts, and the courts play a major role in protecting the fundamental right of citizen, because courts are independent body. That's why they have power to protest the fundamental right of citizens. Stumbling blocks in seeking justice. Access to courts has always been difficult for a vast majority of the poor in India. Legal procedure involves a lot of money and time in India. For the poor who are illiterate and financially weak, going to court to get justice in remote. In the 1980s, Supreme Court devised a mechanism of public interest litigation, which we called PIL, to increase access to the justice for the poor and illiterate people. So because of the procedure takes so much time and involves a lot of money, so the access of justice is not reached to all people. Also who are poor, it is not accessible from them. So that's why the Supreme Court decided to launch a mechanism of PIL, which is called interest litigation, which provide justice to poor people and illiterate people. PIL. Litigation is the act or process of bringing or contesting a lawsuit. PIL is a litigation filed in the court of law for the protection of public interest such as pollution, terrorism, road safety, construction hazard, etc. So PIL we can file all these reasons. Area where PIL can be filed are violation of the basic human rights, content or conduct a government policy, compile municipal authority to perform a public duty, violation of religious right and other basic fundamental rights. So you can appeal and file a PIL. People who can file appeal. A PIL. Any individual or organization can file a PIL in the High Court or Supreme Court on behalf of those whose rights are being violated. So every person, every individual who feels their rights are being violated, they can appeal or file a PIL in High Court and also Supreme Court. So it is not necessary that a person file a case should have a direct interest in the case. It is not necessary, okay? Who file a PIL, they are related with that. It is not necessary. The midday meal that children now receive in government schools and government aided school is because of a PIL. For the common person, access to court is access to justice. So that means if the common person have access to court, they can get justice. The courts exercise a crucial role in interpreting the fundamental right of citizen. There are courts fundamental that work against the best interest of the common man. Access to the court. Another issue that affect the common person access to justice is the inordinately long number of years that courts take to hear a case. The phrase justice delay is justice denied is often used to criticize this extended time period that courts take. So Indian courts there are the large number of cases, so they take how long time, they take so much long time. In a case which also we read in this chapter is related with PAC. So it's this is the case related with PAC. It's take almost 31 year times, which is so late. So decision come in large time. So here is the phrase raised. Justice delay is justice denied. So it is also access to the courts. Okay. Conclusion of this chapter. Judiciary has played a crucial role in democratic India, serving as a check of the powers of executive and the legislature as well in protesting the fundamental right of the citizens. So judiciary play a very crucial and very important role in democracy, also a democratic India, because judiciary say protest the all fundamental rights of every citizen and it's take care of Indian constitution. Okay, basic structure of constitution do not be violated.